This is video A13, and this will be our last video on this unit or this section where we're dealing with log properties. Last time we ended with a problem where I had just given you that log base 5 of 8 is approximately 1.292. Okay, so let's see how we can maybe use our calculators to evaluate this. So far, the only log button that we've learned about on our calculator has been the common log, just the log base 10. Well, we have a method for changing the base. And so that's what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you the change of base formula. Change of base formula. Okay, and I'm not just going to give it to you. Let's discover why it works. Okay, so let's say I have just y equals log base b of x, but b isn't a base that we want. We want to change it. Okay, and so let's discover how this all plays out. So one thing I know I can do is I can get an equivalent exponential form of this logarithm by circling the base, going across and coming back. And so in exponential form, this means the same thing, b to the y equals x. Now, if I want to, I could multiply both sides of this by the same number, or I could add the same number, or divide by the same number. Okay, so if we do the same thing on each side of that equal sign, we're fine. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the log of both sides. And I'm going to choose to take a base that I want. Let's say I wanted log base A. So I'm going to take log base A of this side and log base A of that side. Well, now we see a log property right here. I have an exponent, and so we now know we can pull that out as the coefficient. And so I get y times log base A of b equals log base A of x. And if I want to now, this is multiplication, I could divide by log base A of b on both sides. So I get y equals log base A of x over log base A of b. This is the change of base formula. Notice that we started with y and we ended with y. So the change of base formula looks like this. Log base b of x equals log whatever base you want of x over log of that same base of b. And this is actually very easy to memorize. Notice that, you know how we write this, the b looks like it's down low compared to the x. We'll look over here. The b is down low compared to the x. So these maintain their positions. So let's now take this, problem 1. Let's rewrite as a common log. So I'm going to rewrite log base 5 of 8. Okay, so the base that I'm choosing is base 10. And so I have log base 10 of the high one over log base 10 of the low one. Okay, this is not that property where you can now subtract these. Realize that that looks completely different. The division in that property occurs inside the logarithm. This would equal log base 10 of 8 minus log base 10 of 5. Okay, this is completely different, although that's a very common mistake that students make. And another common mistake is they get rid of the logs here. These cannot reduce, and so do not get rid of them. What we're now going to do, though, is we're going to use our calculator to approximate this. And so I'm going to make a fraction. Remember, that's alpha y equals 1. On top, I'm going to write log of 8. On the bottom, log of 5. And I get that it's approximately because I'm rounding and this goes on forever. 1.292. There's one last thing I wanted to show you. And now this isn't going to work on everybody's calculator, but if you have a relatively new one, this will work. If you hit alpha window, notice number 5 is log base whatever. So I'm going to hit number 5, and now I can, if I wanted to, write this like this. And so watch, if I do log base 5 of 8, I should get the same answer. And I do. Okay, so with that said, you do need the change of base formulas still. For instance, if I said rewrite this as a common log base n of p, okay, the calculator isn't going to do that work for you. Okay, so think about what you would do here. Okay, we would have log base 10 of the high one over log base 10 of the low one. Your homework, just 3 little problems here. And I'm about to turn this over and show you the solution, so go ahead and pause the video.